Hello everyone, I am Miss Priyanka Sanjay Late, working as lecturer at Mula Education Society's Mula Rural Institute of Pharmacy, Sone. In this presentation, I am going to discuss topic that is forms of business organization. We will discuss content of presentation, definitions of business and business organization, types of business organization. In that first, sole proprietorship, second, joint Hindu family business, and third, cooperative society. Firstly, we will discuss business. Business means any activity which involves production and distribution of goods and services with the main purpose of earning profit. The term business organization refers to how a business is structured. In its literal sense, a business means any activity that keeps a person busy. However, business in its wider sense includes all individuals and group activities directed towards earning money and acquiring wealth through production and exchange of goods and services. It includes industry as well as commerce. From this point of view, all those activities in the field of trade, manufacturing, transport, banking, warehousing, insurance, packaging, advertising, etc., whether undertaken by an individual or a group of individuals with the objective of earning profits, fall under the head business. The main aim of doing any business is to earn profit. However, business organization of a business must comply with any of the approval legal forms that gives the organization a distinct status and also helps to determine its identity. There are three distinct forms of business organization. In that first, sole proprietorship, second, joint Hindu family business, and third, cooperative society. We will discuss first sole proprietorship. It is the simplest form of business organization and is known as one-man business. In these forms of business organization, one person is solely responsible for providing capital, for bearing the risk of the enterprises, and also for day-to-day management of the business. In retail pharmacy business, chemist shop, individual professional skill is essential. Therefore, these forms of business is best situated to a sole proprietor. In short, a sole proprietorship is a single ownership business, no sharings of profit and loss to any other person, one man capital investment in sole proprietorship business, unlimited liability in sole proprietorship, less legal formality to start a sole proprietorship business, and overall the business are handled or management by one man control. Silent features of sole proprietorship in that first, sole proprietor has full authority over the affairs of business. He has to act according to his ability and skill. The ownership lies with one person only. There is no partnership or association. The proprietor and the business enterprises are one of the same. Then third, no legal formalities are required to start business except in certain business where legal formalities are required to be fulfilled. For example, to start a retail drug stores, a license is needed from the drug administration. Next, fourth, the proprietor has to arrange the necessary capital and assets which are essential to run its business smoothly. Fifth, the profit earned in the business entirely belongs to the proprietor. Similarly, losses in the business are also to be borne by him. And 6. The liability of the sole proprietor is unlimited. In short, the lack of business continuity in sole proprietorship business, absolute control over all the business, no separate entity in sole proprietorship, sole risk barriers and profit reset, unlimited liability in sole proprietorship business, easy formation and closure sole proprietorship business. Advantages of sole proprietorship business in that first, it is most easily formed of all forms of business organization since no legal formalities are necessary for setting up these types of business. Second, the secrecy of business affairs can be maintained. Third, the sole proprietor is free to take any decision in regards to all matters concerning his business. Fourth, the sole proprietor is able to establish a personal contact with his customer. Fifth, the sole proprietor is free to change a pattern of management at any time. And sixth, the capital investment in the business can be increased or decreased at will. Next point, disadvantages of sole proprietorship. First, the individual proprietors generally suffers due to lack of adequate financial resources such as he usually finds it difficult to expand his business. Second, it is very difficult for a single person to look after every aspect of the business, which production, sale, finance, advertising, and keeping the accounts competently. Third, the business ends with the death of the proprietor because his heirs may not be as competent and qualified to run his business after his death. Fourth, the sole proprietor usually runs his business only on a small scale. Fifth, the liability for business debits is unlimited. And sixth, there are no checks and control on the sole proprietor. Second type, joint Hindu family business. According to Mitakshara school of Hindu law, the property which is inherited by a Hindu from his father, grandfather and great-grandfather is ancestral property. Likewise, a son, his sons and his son's son become member of the joint Hindu family with co-owner or co-parency interest by virtue of being born in the family. The business is considered as a part of heritable property. The co-parency interests are also involved in the family business. A business which belongs to a single Hindu family and conduct it as a family business is called joint Hindu family business. The management and control of the family business is generally in the hands of the senior-most male member of the family who is known as the Karta. No legal formalities are required to convert a business into a joint family business. It automatically becomes to since on the death of the Karta, his legal male heirs inherit it. In joint Hindu family business itself, there are two systems of inheritance. First, it is the Dayabhaga and second, Mitakshara. In Dayabhaga system is basically prevalent in West Bengal, when both male and female are allowed to be a part of business, and in Mitakshara, the other part is Mitakshara, where only the male members of the family are allowed to run the business. The next point, in joint Hindu family business itself, there are two major groups involved. One is the Karta and second co-parental. In that first karta, in the family, the one who is the eldest of all, one person who is doing to control the whole business, take all the important decision related to the business. And co-parents, rest all the members of the family, they all have to abide by the decision taken by the karta. Silent features of joint Hindu family business. In that first, only karta has the right to manage the family business. Second, the liability of all members of joint Hindu family is limited except karta, who has unlimited liability. Third, only the male members of the family can claim in the right to be the members joint Hindu family business firm. Fourth, the existence of the joint Hindu family business is not affected by the death or insolvency of the member or even karta. Fifth, the shares of each member of the family keeps on fluctuating. It increases on the death of any one of the existing co-parents and decreases by the birth of a new co-parents. In short, in joint Hindu family business, the membership by the birth, management all the business by the karta, liability of the all family members is limited except karta. Karta has unlimited liability, no maximum limit in joint Hindu family business. Minor members are also included or as a part of a joint Hindu family business and unaffected by the death of karta. The business is continued to his sons. Advantages of joint Hindu family business. First, karta has full freedom to run the business. He has the right to take decision without any interference of others. Second, the business is just like insurance cover for children, widows, disabled and sick members of the family. Third, the business can be run smoothly with the help of all the male members of the family. Fourth, although co-parents have limited liability except karta. Fifth, every co-parent gets share in the profits of the business irrespective of his contributions in successful running of the business. And sixth, the business has no effect of intensity or death of any member. Next point, disadvantages of joint Hindu family business. In that first, the resources of the joint family business are limited in comparison to other business organization. Second, karta has unlimited authority to run the business. The initiative and sincerity of young members of the family has no place. Second, third, the continuity of the joint family business depends upon the continuity of the joint Hindu family itself. Fourth, all the members has the right to get share in income and profits of the business irrespective of their involvement in the business. This makes the members of the family irresponsible and lazy. Next point, third, cooperative society. Cooperative organization is a voluntary association of persons who are financially strong. They come together with an aim not to get profit but to overcome disability arising out of want of adequate financial resources. Next point, types of cooperative society. There are three types of cooperative society. First, consumer cooperative society. Second, producer cooperative society. And third, cooperative marketing society. We will discuss one by one. First, consumer cooperative society. in that to protect the interest of general consumer by making consumers goods available at reasonable prices. Second, producers cooperative society to protect the interest of small producers by making available items of their needs for production like raw materials, tools, equipments and machinery, etc. And third, cooperative marketing society in that this society are formed by small producers and manufacturers who find it difficult to sell their products individually. The next point, silent features of cooperative society. A cooperative society is a voluntary organization made by association of persons and not of capital. There is no discrimination as regards the membership of the society. A member can withdraw from society after giving due to notice to that effect. Second, the management of the affairs of society is in the hands of the managing committee, which is elected by the members. The board policies are formed by the members and the management committee is required to perform its duties within its parameter. Each member is entitled to a single vote irrespective of the numbers of shares held. The managing committees are elected by the members of office bearers such as president, vice president, secretary and treasurers. Third, the capitals of a cooperative society is contributed by its members through purchase of shares. The cooperative society generally lay down a limit to the amount of capital which may be subscribed by an individual member. Fourth, a cooperative society is required to be registered under the Cooperative Societies Act 1912. And fifth, a cooperative society conducts business on cash basis and does not allow credit facility. Next point, advantages of cooperative society. First, a cooperative society is a voluntary association that may be formed by any 10 adult person. Only few legal formalities are required. Second, the management of a cooperative is based on the principle of one man, one vote. Third, the liability of the members of cooperative is limited to a certain proportion of their capital contributions in the society. Fourth, the life of a cooperative society is not affected by the death, insolvency or conviction of the member. Fifth, there is coordination among members of a cooperative society because they belong to a local area or a particular class or group and are inspired by idea of cooperation. Next point, disadvantages of cooperative society. In that first, there is always shortage of capital for a cooperative society because it generally has poor or lower middle class persons as its members. They can provide only a limited amount of capital. Second, a cooperative is managed by a managing committee which generally lacks technical knowledge and experience to run an undertaking. Hence, due to lack of proper management, there is generally inefficiency in cooperative. Third, there is lack of motivation among the members of the managing committee because the rate of return to the members is limited by law. Fourth, the affairs of cooperatives are generally so much exposed due to members that it becomes difficult for them to maintain the business secrecy. Next point, comparison between sole proprietorship and partnership business. In that first sole proprietorship business, a single person is the owner of the business, and in partnership business, two or more persons up to a maximum of 20, 10 in case of banking firm can join together to run the business. Second, in sole proprietorship business, the business is managed and controlled by the proprietor, and in partnership business, the business is managed and controlled by the partners. Third, of sole proprietorship business, the secrecy of the business affairs can be maintained, and in partnership business, the secrecy of business is shared between partner, means the secrecy of partnership business affairs cannot be maintained. In last sole proprietorship business, fourth, the profit earned in the business is entirely belongs to the proprietor, and in partnership business, the profit earned in the business is shared between partners in agreed ratio. Thank you.